Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to talk to you whether it's cheaper to buy your clothing or make it at home yourself. So this is something I'm going to be covering again in another video real soon, so I'll make sure to leave a link to that in the description when it goes live. And if you want to keep up to my videos, make sure you like and subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out when I upload. So one of the really important things about sewing is that it's mostly a hobby for a lot of people. It's something they enjoy doing, and so it's something that they kind of have not a disposable income to, but you know, they have a little bit like money that they put towards it, and they it is something they enjoy, it's something they love. And so it can often be that things can get carried away, you can spend a bit more money than you're meant to, and this is okay. This is normal. This is something everybody does, no matter what your hobby is. But if you do want to try and save a little bit of money where you can, I've just done a video, I'll leave a link to in the description, where you can save money on making clothes. But for this video, we're not going to be talking about how to save money. We're going to be talking about if it is actually cheaper to buy your clothing or to make it yourself. So if you, like me, you would like to make just the odd little thing for your wardrobe, you don't do a lot of sewing personally on clothing a lot, it might not be something that's necessary, but it's still interesting to work out and kind of, know if it's worth it for you or not. If you tend to do a lot of sewing, you like to do a lot of kind of making for your own wardrobe, then if you find that you might be doing a bit more than you would, kind of spending a bit more on the whole material side of things than you would buying clothes, this might be a fun, interesting video for you, just to see how things work out. Now, the purpose of this video is not to put anybody off whatsoever, because personally, if it is a hobby and you enjoy it and you love doing it, don't stop doing it, because everybody needs something to like, love and enjoy that's theirs. And so don't ever give up just because you think it's going to be expensive. Just kind of be a bit more selective where you spend the money. So this is not to put anybody off, not to shame anybody, nothing like that. This is just a fun little video to see if it really works out better to buy your clothes or sew your clothes. So the first thing to kind of take into account is how much you might be spending per month on your clothing in general. So we don't spend a lot, we do budget, we have a budget that we follow. We do budget so much each month, but sometimes that rolls over to the next month, and that's fine. Sometimes we use the full budget that month, but we don't often spend a lot of money on clothing. Maybe sometimes we should, because we need to update the wardrobes a little, but still, yes, we don't use a lot of clothing, like money on clothing each month. So if you already have kind of like a set budget, or you kind of know how much roughly you spend on clothing in general each month, you might be able to work out how much you spend on materials and supplies for sewing to make clothing, and how much you're making. Sometimes it might balance, sometimes it might be way off. Either way, it's quite interesting to know. I think the last time I spent money on fabric was around £90, and I got 4 or 5 pieces. So within those 4 or 5 pieces, I've made one top so far, and then I've not made anything else yet because I've been a little bit ill, so I've not kind of got to the making that I've wanted to do, but I've got potential to make another 3 or 4 garments from that set of fabric that I've made. Whether I already have the patterns for everything that I was planning to make, so that's not an issue. I already have the threads that I can use and everything else that I'd need. So that kind of 90-ish, say £100 on fabric and materials, could I get, X amount of, what could I get for that same money if I was to go shopping where I usually shop? The second thing to think about is, where do you shop? So if you spend a lot of your clothing budget in somewhere that's a little bit cheaper, such as Primark, or even places like New Look or H&M, that are a little bit more like lower on the market, in terms of clothing, then obviously you're going to say you've got £100 budget, you're going to get a lot more for more quantity in material, like in terms of clothing items, for that £100 in cheaper places. Whereas if you shop at places that are a bit more expensive, like Joules or White Company, then obviously you're only going to get a select number of items for that £100. Of course, this comes back to quality. With places such as Primark, the quality is not always there compared to somewhere like White Company or Joules. So this is something to take into account as well. This is not to say that you're shopping at the wrong place. That's nothing at all. Sometimes I buy things from Primark. Sometimes I buy things from much nicer places. It depends on what it is I'm after, if I need it for long, and the purpose for the actual item itself. So the third thing to think about is materials. How much would you spend on materials for a certain garment? So if, for example, if you go to a shop, say we'll take White Company for example, and you see this beautiful white dress and it's made from cotton gauze, for example, how much would that cost you if you were to look online or look in your local fabric store? How much would cotton gauze cost to buy to enough to kind of make that dress? Do it a rough guesstimate, you know, 2 or 3 meters. How much would that cost? And compared to the dress, how much does that kind of, you know, weigh up? You could also take it a step further and look at the pattern itself. You know, how, if I was to make that exact thing, how much would a pattern that's very similar to that cost? And you can kind of work things out. So, you know, your fabric might only turn out to be around £30, your pattern's another £10. So that you're saying 40, but the dress itself might be nearer something like £60 or £70. So in that case, making your own dress, making your own garment is much cheaper than buying. This is obviously not factoring your time because it's not a job, it's not a career. It's based on your hobby and your love for sewing and your, you know, it's your chill time or whatever it is. Then you shouldn't factor in the time, the cost of your time. This is just purely like loving sewing. So if you're just taking the bare materials at, you know, £40 compared to the £60 to £70, then obviously it is cheaper to make your own compared to buying. This can also work in an opposite, because if you are buying a dress from, say, Primark and it costs you £10 to buy the dress, then there's more likely that materials and the pattern are going to cost more than that. So this can obviously work in your favour and work out of your favour, but it really depends if you are even bothered in the first place. If you are really wanting to make something unique that's your style, that you love, that nobody else is going to have, then this shouldn't matter whatsoever. And the fourth thing to think about is patterns. Of course, patterns can cost, you know, anything from £5 upwards, or you can get them free. So, you know, you can be paying for your pattern, you know, £10 to £15 roughly for a pattern, or you can find them free, or you can use something that's existing in your wardrobe that you're just going to take a pattern from and use again to make into a different fabric. So then that's cutting your cost down or adding to your cost compared to buying. So that's something else to think about, because they're the main biggest cost, is your fabric and your pattern when it comes to making your own clothing. Things such as threads and, you know, fastenings are a little bit less inexpensive, and there's something that often people kind of have hoarding around anyway, or at least I do. So this is something to consider if you are really wanting to understand if it's better for you to sew your own clothing over buying your own clothing. So before we finish this video, I wanted to run through some quick advantages and disadvantages of making your own clothing if you're trying to kind of work out whether it's something you should do or you want to do, or if you're just intrigued in general. This is just a little fun video for you to see if it's something that, you know, you really want to do, or even if it's something career wise, this is a really good starting point to see how it works out best for you. So the advantages of sewing your own clothing is that you can make anything in your specific size and measurements. Number 2 is that you can make it in any fabric that you want and colour. Number 3, it can be completely unique to you. And number 4, it's something that nobody else will have in the world, or very, very unlikely. And the bonus tip for this is that you will enjoy the experience and be so proud of yourself when you go out wearing what you've made. The disadvantages to making your own clothing is that it can be a little bit more expensive depending on how you do it and where you get your materials from. Number 2, it's a little bit longer than obviously just going to the shop and finding something. And finally 3, if it's anything like me, sometimes it doesn't always work out how you expect it to. So I hope this has been interesting, a little bit like something interesting to watch, something intriguing. So let me know in the comments if you're interested. I had the idea of doing a video on where I buy a garment from a shop and trying to replicate it as kind of close as I can by buying the fabric and the materials and everything, and doing the replica and seeing which one works out better, for my style, my sizing, my, you know, the fit, everything like that, and even in terms of cost. So if you're interested in that video, let me know in the comments because I'm hoping to do that real soon. Thank you for joining me. Make sure you subscribe and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.